Hello children and welcome to the session today. Children, when you look around yourselves, even right now when you're watching this video, you can see so many different things. You can classify these things, you can separate them, you can call them your stationery items, you can call them furniture items, you can call them things made of cloth, things made of paper, etc. Isn't it interesting? Everything around us is a substance, it is an object. And you know what we are going to do today? We are going to understand in chapter number 4 how we can sort these different materials, substances, objects into groups. But before that, we are going to understand what are things made up of. What is matter? The concept of classification and its benefit. Properties of different types of materials and state of matter. So children, your book states a beautiful example. So let's take an example of our water bottle. It is made up of plastic and the table on which we put our notebook is made of wood. The pen which is used for writing is made of either steel or plastic. So that means everything around us is made of a different material. For example, if we talk about plastic, it is used to make a bottle, a mug. It is also used to make a pen. That means one material can be used to make different objects. Another amazing thing. If I talk about a bottle, I can make a bottle out of plastic. I can make a bottle out of glass. And I can make a bottle out of steel. So what do we learn here? We learn two things here. Number one material can be used to make different things and a thing can be made of different materials. Isn't it interesting, children? Now, in order to use plastic, glass or steel for the bottle, what are the properties that I am looking for? Let us read them from the book. A material can be used to make different articles. Glass can be used to make glass, tumbler as well as window glass panes. Number 2, a glass mug, a ceramic mug, a melamine mug. That means the same object can be made of different objects. And sometimes an object can be made of different kind of materials also. So we have a styrofoam cup and we have a paper cup. So all these things that we are talking about, all these materials are matter. Now what is common between a bottle, a pen and for example a mug? All these three have weight. Even if it is a paper cup, it will still have some weight. And when you put them on a table, they are going to occupy space. Now, these two primary things are the classification of matter. So, what is matter? Anything that can occupy space and has weight is known as matter. So, an example, a little very interesting example is given in your book where you take a balloon, fill in with air and then you record your observations. So, you will see the more air you will fill, the more expansion the balloon will have. That means the air that is going inside the balloon is occupying space. The balloon will become heavier. So, what is air? Air is also matter. So, such an interesting concept, children. Air is something that we cannot see. If we cannot see something and it still is matter, it brings us to the conclusion that everything around us is matter. Now, what is this matter made up of? Matter is made up of very, very tiny things or tiny particles which are known as atoms. Now, these atoms are extremely small. They cannot be seen with the naked eye. They have to be seen only with the help of a microscope. Now, these atoms actually describe the physical and chemical properties of a substance. Now, children, these atoms combine to form a bigger substance, which is known as a molecule. Let me take the example of water. We all know that water is H2O. So, what is H2O? It is two atoms of hydrogen that combine with one atom of oxygen, and together they form water. So that means a molecule will have absolutely different properties than an atom. Now children, elements are substances like gold, silver, iron, copper. What are they made of? They are made of molecules. So we have understood that atoms join together to form molecules, and these molecules form elements. Elements like gold, silver, iron, etc. Now sometimes two atoms of two different types combine to form a substance. In that case, it is known as a compound. Molecules are the building blocks of both elements and compounds. Now children, having learnt all this, let us understand what is classification and what is the importance of classification. So as we see in this picture, this is the shop of a fruit seller. Now the shop of this fruit seller is clearly organized very beautifully. If you look at it closely, you will know that he is selling oranges, apples, green apples, bananas and so many other fruits. This is because he has kept all the different kinds of fruits separately. Now what is happening here children? Classification. In case you want to open your cupboard and take out a shirt and a pair of shorts, what do? You look for the shirt in the pile of shirts and shorts in the pile of shorts. Imagine if all your clothes are kept together in a whole bundle. What will happen? You will not be able to segregate between shorts and shirt. You are going to go crazy. Similarly, when you look for a pencil in your bag, you exactly reach out for the pencil box. So you understand why keeping things of the same kind together is important. And what is this keeping together of things? It is known as classification. Now, this was about our daily life. But how do scientists classify things? They classify things on the basis of different properties. Now, what are properties? Properties are basically qualities. For example, if you talk about gold, silver, diamond, so what are they? They are all shiny things. As you can see in this picture also, gold, silver, diamond and steel have got a great shine. So they can be classified on the basis of their shine. Similarly, another property is texture. So if you look at the classification between silk and jute, you will clearly understand that silk is smooth to touch while jute has a rough texture. So this is how you classify things based on their texture. The next property is solubility in water. So what is solubility? So if I take chalk powder and I dissolve it in water, and I take sugar on the other hand and I dissolve that in water, which one of the two do you think is going to dissolve? Will chalk dissolve in water or is sugar going to dissolve in water? Of course, sugar will dissolve in water. So what is this? It is a soluble substance. And what is chalk? Chalk is an insoluble substance. That is how you distinguish between soluble and insoluble substances. Coming next to density. Density means how heavy or how thick a substance is. So we all understand that a thermocol ball will practically have no weight. That is the reason we use it to decorate Christmas trees. In case we were to decorate a Christmas tree with steel balls, what is going to happen? It is going to be so heavy, the entire tree is going to fall down. So that is density. Then behavior towards light. So we all know that there are opaque substances, there are transparent substances, and there are translucent substances. Opaque will allow no light to pass through them. Transparent allow all the light to pass through them. And translucent will allow only some light to pass through them. So children, given here is an activity where you have been given a list of items and different properties, namely luster, texture, solubility, density and transparency. Quickly fill it up with your partners and let's understand the states of matter. Depending on the arrangement of molecules, matter can exist in 3 states: solid, liquid and gas. A pencil, book, bed, car are all solids. They all have a definite shape and a fixed volume. Volume is the space occupied by an object. This is because the molecules in solids are packed very close to each other. There is very little space between them. Hence, they cannot move freely. A force called intermolecular force exists between all molecules. The intermolecular force in solids is very strong. Water, oil, juice are all liquids. They have no shape of their own. They take the shape of the container they are kept in. They have a definite volume. This is because the space between the molecules is more as compared to solids, and the intermolecular force is less than that of solids. Gases like LPG, oxygen take up all the space given to them. They do not have a fixed shape or volume. This is because the molecules are very loosely packed and are free to move in any direction. The intermolecular force is very weak. So children, through this video, we have understood the different states of matter, which is solids, liquids and gases, and we have also understood the molecular arrangement between the 3. So in this chapter, we have learned how and on what basis are different materials classified. What is the reason for classification and how it helps in our everyday life. We have also understood the meaning of matter and how matter is divided into 3 types. So I hope you're ready to attempt the questions at the back. Thank you.